How's it going, YouTube? Dan the Plastic Man here. I hope you guys are doing well. You've waited for it. It's time for me to deliver. It's finished. Here it is, guys. As I am very careful with this stand. Master Grade, Full Armor Thunderbolt Gundam, version Ka. Now, I know some of you are immediately going to be asking, why are there not force shields on this thing when it shows them in the... One second here, guys. When it shows the extra shields on the box art. As my cat comes in, meowing very loudly. Oh, we might have ourselves a guest commentator this episode, guys. The extra shields are right here. Here's number 1. There's number 2. Hi, girl. I'm going to go ahead and get to one of my biggest complaints of this kit right off the bat. And I know that's not really my style, but the way these shields are put together, they're put together like most of your Master Grade Gundam shields. You'll have a handle that has a track. Sweetie, please stop moving the camera. She is rubbing her face against the tripod. And that's way too loose for me. And it's also way too loose. I really don't want to have... I just tucked one of these away, and I really don't want to have to pull it back out, but I will show you guys. Firstly, to get these manipulator arms out, let me get this out of the way. Just drop that down. It's in the hand, so don't worry. The beam saber right here is stored on a pivot arm. Now, that pivot arm also acts as a lock, per se, for the manipulator arm that's coming out. So you pull that up, lock it back in, and it should stay there. Should being the operative word, as the beam saber itself just pops loose. Now, I don't know what's going on with mine, but mine has been loosey-goosey like nobody's business. So let me pull the handle down. I'm going to zoom in on the connection for the manipulator arm to the shields. So give me 1 second, guys. Come on, focus up. All right. I hope that's enough quality for you guys. Let me open the handle here. Do you see that tri-prong thing going on in here? Well, what you're supposed to do is... Let's see. Here's the shield again. Now, can you guys see that hole in the handle? I'm trying to make it so you guys can. If you guys can see that hole in the handle, it's supposed to plug right in here. And it clamps down like that, which should be secure, but with the looseness... there it goes. Right out. So with the looseness of the shield tracks and the looseness of these handles, no, that's a big flop in my mind. So I'm going to zoom out. Now, onto the Gundam itself. I love the color scheme on this thing. The color scheme is amazing, and it looks so much more sinister than your typical RX or FA78. Now, why are you fighting me already? There we go. Come on. Alright, lock into place. This is why I do my reviews like this, guys. I want you to see how much fiddling I have to do with these kits. So, let's maneuver this. I'm working on putting the manipulator arm back into place. Alright. And see how wobbly this thing is? They could have at least given us an action base, not this action stand, because the biggest problem with this action stand is that the main spire right here that you're supposed to plug into is 2 pieces. So you've got a connection joint here, you've got one right here, and then you've got the one into the Gundam's backside itself. So this is going to be very, very wobbly, guys. Just a heads up. Okay, so you can see here the full armor Thunderbolt. And it's looking, I will admit, it looks amazing. I love the color scheme. Everything is here in plastic. Even the orange down here on the double beam rifle. It's all in plastic. There's only a couple stickers for, like, rifle cameras. And I have not done any of the decals because I just don't do water slides. It's just one of my things. Now, I'm sure some of you are asking me, what did I think of these vinyl sleeves that are on the arm and the legs? Personally, if I could go back, I would build this without them. They were far too much hassle, and mine actually restrict my leg movement. So let me show you what I'm talking about. There is the sleeve on the thigh right there. Typically, I'd be able to, you know, rotate at least 90 degrees, but that right there is the most I can get out of side rotation. Now, this is me just nitpicking, but still, you guys watch these reviews because I like to tell you about them, so this is what I'm notating. There is a hip swing gimmick here, but it's not locked in place, so it can be a little finicky. The knee movement is still very good. You still get a nice double bend. And then you got the crinkling and loose part. You're almost going to have to decide, guys, if you get this, you're almost going to have to decide if you want it to be in the bear mode or if you want it to be in full armor mode. And some of you are probably wondering why I'm not taking this off the stand. Because it cannot stand on its own 2 feet thanks to this backpack unless I take it off. Which I think I'm going to. So, off the action stand. Oh no. 1 second. Lift up on the backpack. Pull it off. Set the Gundam down. And yes, you can see my biggest building casualty is that when I put the head together, most of the V-fin's peg broke, but there's enough for me to always reseat it as long as I can quickly follow it up with the jewel, which just dropped in to the crevice on his neck. Okay, so here is the Gundam minus the backpack, but he's still got the weapons, which I'm not going to take off. So let's go ahead and do articulation. Head, you can get a full Exorcist 360 out of it. With a little bit of working, you can get a funky chicken. Up, down. Here are the missiles on the clavicle, and what I find so amazing is that there's actually gray poking through the center of these missiles. Earlier that would have just been a solid orange piece that you'd have to go in and detail in between the missiles. The arms will rotate 360 at the shoulder. They will also come out like this. So there's a lot of... Uh-oh, that didn't sound good at all. Okay, phew, caught it in my hand. These thruster pieces, I swear... Alright, lock that back in place. The elbow will move below the shoulder. It would move 360 if, well, not 360, but it would move if I didn't have the rocket launcher in the way. You can get a nice double bend out of the elbow, and then the hand will move up and down, but again, because I have the weapons on, it's locked in place. So I'm just going to leave it at that. There is no, and I mean zero, torso movement because of that core block. Even if you pull the escape pod out, nope, there is nothing. Full armor FA78-1, the green full armor Gundam at least had some chest articulation. Now, they've got a really cool gimmick here with the cockpit. So let me get this open. One, now this is the cool part, guys. Those pieces there slide out, which help give you better access to the under side of the hatch, so you can actually see EO in there in the escape pod. So you just push that back down. Sigh as the hatch comes off the hinge. I don't know what the deal is. I clean these things up so nice, and then they just don't work for me. I've already gone over the leg articulation with you guys, so let's look at some more gimmicks. We have missiles that are hidden here. They're actually on the blue piece on the Gundam's side skirt. Here, I'll pull this one piece off and show you what I mean. The missiles are there, but what you do is you rotate the skirt armor like that, so that when they fire up, when the missiles are gone, that is... Sorry about that, guys. The battery on my camera died and I had to go recharge it. So I was talking about the gimmick where you have the missiles hidden behind this piece in the skirt armor, which is a cool gimmick in my mind, but I really wish there was actually more on the base Gundam itself. Granted, we barely see the base suit, and it's mostly just the full armor going crazy as it can. So let's see, I've got to do a quick recap here for my own state, being that we did the articulation. I've gone over some of the weapons. Well, I guess since I'm doing this, I may as well show you guys what it looks like as just the bare Gundam itself. So let's get to it. There's that. Thankfully, it's actually pretty easy to get these weapons off. That's one thing I do like about the bracket hands. I was quite concerned that we were going to wind up with 3.0 hands. Oh, speaking of which, now that that's free, here's your articulation on the wrist. Not that impressive, but there is a bendable knuckle in the thumb, which I remember them doing with the, what is it? The Age Master grades. So let's go ahead and just start pulling the armor off piece by piece. These shoulder pieces are the most annoying to me. That went flying. Gundam, for the love of Pete, you have nothing on your back. You shouldn't be having any kind of balance issues. Oh, man. So what popped off was that piece right there, and I had to pop it back on. For some odd reason, the pieces that hold on the shoulder extra armor, being this clamp piece, does not want to go over these two shoulder pieces that easily. Okay. Off comes that. The extra elbow armor. Elbow armor. Armor. Get the trigger for the double rifle out. These side skirts do not... They're designed to stay together when they're over the skirts themselves. Not supposed to stay together as just a piece of armor. Looking at all of this, this makes me strongly consider getting that P Bandai armor hanger set. And I've actually got to pull the little missile pod, the little missile piece off, so the cover of the side skirt will rotate. You can get away with it on the front and back skirts because they have quite a bit of room to get out of the way. The side skirt, though, not so much. Again, for those who are wondering why I'm showing you this in real time, because I want you guys to see exactly what you are getting yourselves into with this. Let's work on the leg armor here. Now, I know there's going to be some out there who are going to probably be wondering, how does this compare to the original Master Grade Full Armor Gundam? The green one, the FA78-1. And it just so happens that I have it here beside me and will be letting you guys see it momentarily. Okay, off, and there's the knee missiles. And off that comes. So, cover. I'm just going to go ahead and say this now, guys. If you get this kit, you are going to have to decide right from the get-go whether or not you want this thing shown off as the bare Gundam itself, which I will admit it does look cool for what it is, if not bare bones, or if you're going to have the armor already on it. Personally, after I get done with this review, I'm going to put the armor back on and then just set the thing on a shelf. There we go. So that's it for the legs. Let's get the feet off. Oh, and there's a fun little articulation gimmick here down in the feet that I completely forgot. We've got 3 claws on the heels and 3 claws here on the toe. 1, 2, 3. Now these are very annoying pieces to work with, the claws themselves. I was trying to figure out how the heck they would even fit in here, because you get a peg, but these things are so small. Have your tweezers ready. They went flying on me a couple times, and I came very close to uttering some very nasty words. So let's get the heel armor off. It comes off way too easily in my mind. Okay, and there's the bottom of the feet. This is going to be the pain, is getting the cover off. And my cat is doing her thing again. Okay, come on, come on. Tip the foot down, tip the ankle armor up, get this off without having to really stretch it. Ah, there we go. That frees that foot up. And do the same over here. Foot down, ankle armor up, toe up, push up to the side, and come on. Give up the ghost. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Look at all these extra pieces, guys. I am not... That's ridiculous. That truly is ridiculous, looking at all of that sitting there. Okay. Tip the camera back up. Now time to take off the chest. Which, let's see. That comes off that way. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Pop this loose. And there goes the head. Pull that out. Head back on. This goes back in here. Comes back around. Really? Really? And there it is. That is the Thunderbolt Gundam as it is without any armor on. And there's only one weapon on this entire suit. And it's that beam saber right there, which you access by turning to the side and pulling down, and then the hand, you could turn it to this side, have the hand come back and grab hold of it somehow. Basically like that. But that's all that that's all that this Gundam has on it. It's all the weaponry is for the full armor mode. So, let me get all of that out of the way. Set this over to the side. The armor itself does not increase the height of the kit at all, unless you count the ridiculous backpack. So, what's this like compared to the FA-78-1? Here it is. They are about the same height. And I love the Thunderbolt's color scheme, but as far as a kit that I enjoyed building more, it's going to go to this one. This Master Grade Full Armor Gundam was more fun for me to build than this. Everybody calm down in the comments. This is my opinion, so... Am I going to tell you not to get this kit? No, I'm not, because it is a challenging build. I will call it a challenging build. It is not nearly as rage-inducing as Victory 2 version Ka. You know how much I raged about that last year. And I'm not going to recommend it. There's too much going on. I think there's so many things you could have done better. It's not a bad Master Grade, but it's not one that I'm going to tell you guys to go out and buy. And it's honestly the way this is going, even though I'm going to get it because I love building Master Grades and I want to review it for you, I'm very, very nervous about that Psycho Zaku now, because if you look at the backpack on that monster, good lord. And I'm more than likely going to leave the vinyl off of the Psycho Zaku, because the vinyl pieces on this thing drove me up a wall. So, I mean, they're optional, but it's an okay kit. It's not, you know, Sinanju Stein Verka, Sazabi Verka, Hainu Verka. It's not that good, but at the same time, it's not as bad as Victory 2 Verka. So, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, leave me a like, subscribe to me, leave me some comments. If you guys want to talk about why I said what I did, please leave me comments. I want to get to know you guys. Let's keep the community growing. I love every time somebody signs up for the community. I really do enjoy doing this for you guys. I love being able to have somebody listen to my opinion about what's going on with these kits. So, take care of yourselves, guys. I will see you at the next review. Bye-bye.